So tell me a little bit about yourself, Tawny and Travis here. Um, what'd you experience today?
Well, I experienced a lot of good connections with business people, and as a young professional, I think that's really important.
Okay. Did you get a job yet? The
Well,
day's young.
you know, I'm working on it.
How about you, Travis?
Well, the interesting thing I was coming in today to try to, I think the whole point was to put ethics, kind of the Christian lifestyle and ethics into the business situation. And my biggest concern is when I get a job, am I going to be, well, I know I'm going to be tempted with ethical decisions. I might be able to move up faster if I do something. And I know that you have to work as hard as you can to move up as fast as you can. So I got some great insight from the professionals that do have a Christian structure, and that's how they grew up, and that's what they practice today, on how they incorporate that in their business life and how they still were successful, because there's so many successful people here, presidents, CEOs, and they made it just fine, and they still were Christian in their actions and the way they did business.
Right. Are you surprised? You're 12,
22.
22, and you're
22.
22. 22 years. I mean, have you been exposed to successful Christians in the marketplace like this? Did you know they existed?
Yeah, I did, but to see them on a face-to-face basis, especially that much in Houston, in the Houston area, even though we are a big city, you see it on the national level. I'm in a fraternity, so we have some of them come to our conferences and stuff, and those are just worldly renowned people that everybody knows. But to see somebody face-to-face to tell you, for real, I'm a person, you're a person, you can do this, and not kind of be starstruck by, hey, they go around and give seminars. That's a few people in the whole country that it actually works for. We got to see people that actually do it all the time and that are around us and amongst us, and we get an opportunity to try to send our resume to them and be able to be in that work environment with Christian people and still be successful.
So you're seniors, I guess.
Yes.
You going to grad school, or are you going to go work for a while?
I'm trying to go to law school.
Law school.
Pray for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting my master's of accountancy.
Okay, but are you going to go out in the workforce for a while first?
No, it's just a 5-year program, but
Yeah.
I'm already interning.
Okay. I mean, what are your expectations in the workplace? I mean, you talked about it a little bit, Travis, but I mean, what is your generation expecting from the workplace? You're going into the workplace, as Christians, but you're going in from a different perspective than even myself, even though I'm only 29.
I expect to be challenged, and I know that that's a really good thing, but in other perspectives, it's, a hard thing to do as a Christian. And that's something that I learned here, that I can reach out, and there are business professionals who are Christian, and they're here to help us as young professionals learn how to incorporate our Christianity with our business practices. And it can be done, and you can be successful. And those challenges that you face every day can be conquered with that Christian faith.
So what do you think about what the center is doing, the Center for Christianity and Business? I mean, how do you think that's going to fly in the marketplace now?
I think that one of the key things I think is that in the long run, if you have a trustworthy and business of integrity, and that's how you present yourself, not only if you own a business, but if you do that in the way you work, that you will be better off in the long run. People have to trust you to be able to do business with them. I think that a lot of people have strayed away from it. I think this country is kind of going more away from the Christian morals and values as a whole. But I do think there's still people out there, and I do think that we can be very successful in using our ethics and values in our business, and that overall, even though some people may take shortcuts and get places sooner than we do, in the long haul, I think we'll be more successful, not to mention more fulfilled in our lives through our work.
I think the center will help us get jobs that we want because I think that right now we're all in this time where we have to decide what's a good company for me and where am I going to succeed. And with the center, I think that it will help us get jobs in places where we can know that we're going to be successful but can still use good values, because those businesses are more likely to see that, oh, you are part of this center, so you probably have good ethical values, and so they're more likely to hire you.
That's an interesting point, because I think when I was getting out of college, we weren't thinking, is this company a good fit for me? Mm-hmm. It's more of, am I a good fit for them? See, there's a dynamic your generation brings to the table, which I don't think a lot of business owners and managers understand yet, but guess what? It's tough. And you almost hit on it, but are you saying that what's important to you is you would prefer to go work in a Christian environment?
Yes, of course.
How about you, Travis?
I agree. But I also think that as part of being a Christian, I need to get out there amongst sinners and, tell people about my story and my salvation and everything, and get amongst them and try to change people. But you shouldn't go in a situation where you know that it's not going to be like that. It'd be a lot easier to work in a Christian workplace, but I think there are successful people that show Christian values and kind of spread that to others in a different type of company. So I think if you're one of those that's easily influenced, which is some people are, it's harder for some people, maybe you should try to go for more of a Christian company, which there are out there, and that's one thing we learned. But if you are kind of a go-getter and you want to spread the gospel, you can do that in a work environment too, and try to create a company culture by teaming up with some people that are like you within a company like that.
Are you going into the workplace wanting to change the world?
I don't know.
I can hear it in your voice.
I don't know about changing the world. I want to make a difference and be an influential person. But I think that it's going to take more than one person to change the world.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but I just think that we can do everything we can in our own lives to shine that light on other people. And I'm not trying to change the world either, but I think that I got to work on myself. It's a constant walk with the Lord that you have to keep up with. That is sometimes is not good and sometimes is good. And college is very hard. Right in the new job and the new workplace is very difficult too, because you're just trying to impress people. You're trying to do whatever it takes to move up in the company. Right. And that's where the ethical issues are. And that's where we got a lot of help from people today, telling us, you know what, you can make a stand for yourself. And when people see integrity and confidence and that you're a solid rock, you're not going to be pushed over, and it'll help you move up anyways.
Perfect. That's what we needed.
Thank you.